Good morning, everybody, and welcome back to another Modern Horizons draft video. Now, if I take Dam, it will be pretty well forcing me into playing Reanimator or Orzhov. Fey Offering isn't bad, playing the Simic deck. I just wonder if we're going to get a bunch of good black and white cards. I mean, I guess we gotta take it and find out, right? Okay. Let's see. Pack 2. I should have gone for Fey Offering because then we'd have Combine Chrysalis. There's like no white cards in this pack at all. I'm gonna take the Combine Chrysalis and we'll see. Eve, Predator Ooze, or Progenitor Ooze. Predator Ooze is a different card. I mean, creature tokens you control have flying. Eve creates tokens with Storm. Alright, yeah, sure, let's draft something silly. We've been tryharding for a while now. I'll take the Squirrel Sovereign. Squirrels and tokens go together, right? I'm probably not playing Dam. Okay, in this pack, we have Blessed Respite, Duskshell Crawler, Jade Avenger. I don't think I'd be playing Shattered Ego or Filigree Attendant. I'm gonna take the Fog. I bet fogging people in this format's pretty funny. We're gonna try that. I have no idea if it's good, and it's probably not. Underworld Cookbook. We have Combine Chrysalis. Underworld Cookbook could be reasonable. The alternative is taking a Funnel Web Recluse or an Urban Daggertooth. Let's take the Cookbook and see what happens. Smell Fear. Well, Smell Fear is good removal. There's a Scuttle Tide, which we could use to make a bunch of crabs. We could make flying crabs. I'm gonna take the Smell Fear. I think Smell Fear is better on average. The Proliferate also synergizes with Eve. I'm gonna go ahead and put Dam in the sideboard. I should have gone with Fey Offering. This deck would have been insane already if I had. I was thinking to myself that card is on average more usable and limited than a double black card. But I mean, like, if we hadn't, if we had to taken this, we would have immediately regretted it, because in the next pack it'd be like some crazy bomb. I think I will be taking Draykeeper here. Rift Sower synergizes with Eve. I have a Squirrel Sovereign, though. And, I mean, like, we can play 3-color, depending. All we need is, like, a couple of the tap lands, and, like, we'll have enough. I think we should probably focus on trying to draft Simic, though, if we can get a Junkwinder. I think Junkwinder plus Underworld Cookbook probably means you just win the game. Chatterstorm. Yeah, we could take Chatterstorm. It's not absurd, but I could see situations under which it would be good. We will take Dark Moss Bridge that lets us splash for drips. There's another Faithless Salvaging. I probably could have had a pretty insane Storm deck. But as of right now, I think whatever Storm we get is going to be incidental in nature, and that might be good enough, but I don't know for certain. I guess we'll take Funnel Web Recluse, and then if we play against anybody who happens to be, I don't know, playing a bunch of flyers, we have a bunch of Funnel Web Recluses. There's a Narcomancer. It's definitely between Smell Fear and Anarchomancer. I've already passed 2 Faithless Salvagings, though. We could take Orchard Strider, actually. Orchard Strider makes a bunch of tokens for Academy Manufacturer. Maybe I'm drafting too much on incidental synergies here, and maybe I was supposed to be in Storm. In fact, I'm almost certain I was supposed to be in Storm. But we're going to make this work. Or we're going to try, anyway. I mean, technically, this is enough cards for a deck. Hunting Pack came around. Alright, we'll take Hunting Pack. Said and done, sure. And Shattered Ego into the sideboard. Garth One-Eye. There's a Fey Offering. Garth's not worth anything, is he? He is not worth anything. So we're going to take Fey Offering. Yeah, if we were playing the Storm deck, we could take Mind Collapse, and that would make Eve even better. But we'll have Fey Offering Academy Manufacturer, and that's a pretty good combination. Oh gosh, there is a lot of Storm cards. I can take Necrogoyf. I'm not gonna discard it to make it good, I guess. So I could take another Orchard Strider. I already have one. It is really good with Academy Manufacturer. Otherwise, I can take Strike It Rich, and we can try and play the Storm deck. I'm gonna stick with the Orchard Strider plan. I can't be like going half back and forth. Combine Chrysalis, Lannis. Okay, we're getting a lot of payoffs in our colors now. I'm really glad I did not switch. I don't know if it will be up at the time that this video is live. I'm trying to say I don't know if it's going to come out before or after this video. I have a different video where I drafted a red-green storm deck, and I messed up the recording, and so it's sitting in my like emergency recording deployments if I miss a day. It'll just be a little bit funny. I'm going to take a Flourishing Strike here. Unmarked Grave. There's nothing we want in the grave, I think. Yeah, so we'll take Flourishing Strike. Combine Chrysalis number 3. I got a feeling these have diminishing returns when you start to take number 3 Combine Chrysalis. So I'm going to take the Fight spell. Squirrel Mob. Man, Road to Ruin. Again, I could have had a sick red-green deck. We do not have and will not have enough squirrels for Squirrel Mob. That much I can tell you. Squirrel Sanctuary. Whenever a non-token creature you control dies, pay 1. Do put it back in your hand. God, I do not need this much fixing for black either. I'll take Chatterstorm, but I don't think I need it. I don't think it's going to be good. Another Smell Fear or a Glinting Creeper. 2 1/1 counters on it for each color of mana spent to cast it. So at most, this could be a 5-mana 6/6. Yeah, I think I take the Fight spell. Even though I don't have that many things to proliferate, or really anything to proliferate, I think the Fight spell's better. I will say, though, Lannis, Academy Manufacturer, Underworld Cookbook, Fey Offering. Pretty sure I have no way to put 1/1 counters on anything other than Eve, which enters on 1/1 with 1/1 counters itself. Alright, take, actually, do we have any wizards? We do not. Take Deepwood Denizen. Oh, it would have been so good! Take Crypt Keeper for the sideboard, basically. Okay. Vermin Gorger or Legion Vanguard. I think we take the Gorger. Return a forest you control to its owner's hand. Untap target creature. Activate only once each turn. I'll put that in the sideboard, but I don't think that we have any stuff that's like going to be worth untapping. Another Crypt Keeper for the sideboard. We did not get any Terramorphs, which is kind of unfortunate. So in theory, we're making a lot of treasures because we have Academy Manufacturer, Fey Offering, and those are our 2 things that make treasures. Okay. Yeah, maybe I was supposed to take Glinting Creeper. To be fair, I've not really drafted this deck, and I kind of went halfway on 2 strategies. We're going to try and make this work. We're going to try really hard to make this work. Man, even she would have been better in the red-green deck because of Mind Collapse. We don't have any way to put lands from the battlefield into the grave. We can discard them, but... Alright, take the lands out for a minute. Oh, no. Okay, Chatterstorms are technically creatures. Probably not playing a main deck Crypt Keeper. Probably not playing Said and Done. We do not have enough creatures... Yeah, we do not have enough creatures of the same type to play Patriarch's Bidding. Hard Evidence might be considered a creature. Flourishing Strike, Blessed Respite can probably come out. I really want to keep the Abundant Harvests. I've got a feeling we're going to need them to kind of filter a little bit. I think I can take out a Funnel Web Recluse. We don't ramp at all, other than Soul Talisman, and maybe Treasures. But cutting Hunting Pack feels wrong to me. It may not be, but it feels wrong. I don't know that I can... Well, maybe I probably can actually Splash Dam. I have nothing whatsoever to do with 1/1 counters at all anywhere other than that Ooze. So I'm going to cut 2 Smell Fears. I'll keep 1 in because I'm probably going to need the Fight spell. And then I need to cut some creatures. I'll cut a Chatterstorm, a Jade Avenger. I still need to cut 2 cards. I'll cut 1 Abundant Harvest, but I mean Abundant Harvest makes Fey Offering really good. You just Abundant Harvest for a non-land, and then presumably it's a creature you get, and then you cast a creature spell and you trigger Fey Offering. Daggertooth, even with no 1/1 counters, is still like a relevant body with relevant keywords. Maybe I cut the Squirrel Sovereign. I mean, we have Draykeeper, we have a Chatterstorm. Okay, I'll cut an Abundant Harvest. I need to cut 1 more card and run at least 16 land. We have a few ways to, like, cheat on mana a little bit, so, like, actually, maybe I'm fine running 41 cards. Bring in the bridges. 8, 2, and 1. I'm going to run 1 more island. Man, if we'd have gotten a Junk Winder, or if I'd taken red at all, I've got a feeling this is going to be difficult to win with. Okay, we'll run 16 land, 41 cards. 3-color nonsense, splashing a 4th color for a Wrath. Let's go! Alright. I can work with this. We will keep. So start Forest, suspend Soul Talisman, pass the turn. That's gotta be scary, right? Opponent untaps. They play a Plains. They play a Mouser. Uh-oh. We don't have any crack opens. Untap. Soul Talisman ticking down to 2. We draw Squirrel Sovereign. I could play the Squirrel Sovereign, but if I do, I don't get to play Yavimaya Elder next turn, and that seems more important. Squirrel Sovereign we could play after Draykeeper. Opponent plays a Mountain. Ornithopter of Paradise, okay. They don't attack. That might have been a mistake, as in like a misclick. We draw Dam, play an Island, play Yavimaya Elder, pass the turn. Opponent untaps. They play a land. Kind of hoping they attack and trade with the Elder. They play a Knighted Mirror. And an Arcbound Javelineer. Okay, opponent attacks. I'm going to block because I do want to get lands out of my deck. Opponent can modular, probably onto the Javelineer. Yep. We will use its ability. Get a Swamp and a Forest. Okay, we untap. Soul Talisman comes off suspend. Cast Soul Talisman. Draw Funnel Web Recluse. So, play a Forest. Play Orchard Strider. Next turn, we can play a Swamp, Dam something, and then play Funnel Web Recluse. And just try and be, like, bigger than our opponent. Going taller anyway. Opponent plays a Rustvale Bridge. Plays a Guardian Kirin. Then passes. We untap. Draw Forest. Go to combat. Attack for 6. Opponent blocks with the Knighted Mirror and the Javelineer. Okay, so it's a trade. Opponent has to modular onto the Ornithopter. And they get 2 1/1 counters on the Guardian Kirin. I mean, that worked out pretty well for us. So counter on the Kirin, 2 counters over on the Ornithopter, counter on the Kirin. Go to our second main, play a Swamp, dam the Kirin, play the Recluse. I suspect we're doing well because we got a Soul Ring at some point during the game and used the mana, so we jumped 2 turns ahead. Opponent plays a land. They only have 2 cards left. 4 mana, they play Mount Valus Manticore. Then they play a Vectis Gloves. No cards left in hand. They pass. We untap. Draw Forest. Crack a Clue. Play a Forest. Play Draykeeper. Make some squirrels. Pass the turn. Really hope my opponent doesn't start pinging off my squirrels or ping off the Draykeeper by discarding to the Manticore. I guess if they're discarding to the Manticore, they're not playing whatever it is they drew. And I guess a Spark Jolt might be worse than whatever they drew. Okay, opponent equips the Manticore, goes to combat. They do not discard. They hit us for 5, and they cycle away Break Ties. Okay, or they reinforce with it. Take 6, go to 14, untap. We draw Combine Chrysalis, play a Forest, play a Squirrel Sovereign, activate Draykeeper, go to combat, attack for 6 with Menace. Opponent goes down to 15. Play Combine Chrysalis. Pass the turn. Right now, I think we can win this race. Opponent goes to combat. They ditch an artifact land so they can ping off the Draykeeper or the Squirrel Sovereign. Draykeeper, I think, is better because we can multiple activate it, so that's probably the creature they need to ping. Yep. Makes sense. Opponent goes to combat. Hit us for 6, we go to 8. We untap. We draw Titania. We have no way to discard, so it's not like I can buy back the land, is what I'm saying. But play a Forest. Get rid of a food, I think. Make a beast. Go to combat. Yeah, swing out. We got a race to try and win. Opponent blocks the Lord. Oh, shoot. No, never mind. I was going to say, they just attack with the Ornithopter, but maybe I do need to crack the food rather than play Titania. Yeah, I have to crack the food because if they draw another artifact land or an artifact creature or an enchantment creature, we would just die to them pinging anything. I should have attacked, then converted a squirrel that didn't die into a beast, rather than the food, because... we have a fog in our deck! We could draw the fog! That would win us the game! Opponent goes to combat, hits us for 7. We're gonna go to 4. We untap, we draw a forest, which is not a fog. We're gonna scoop. Things look like... Oh, we don't have the fog in our deck. Rather than the fight spell, I think Flourishing Strike might be better. I'm gonna try playing the fog as well. We're gonna see if the fog will do anything over a Deepwood Denizen. We'll just see. It probably won't, but you never know, right? I would like to play first. We have a Cookbook, a Draykeeper. We can basic land cycle some Orchard Striders. Alright. It's not fantastic, but it might work. So we're going to have to cycle for an island, then play Yavimaya Elder, leading on Dark Moss Bridge, pass the turn. So opponent kept a hand of 7. They start on a Rainbow Land. We untap, we draw Titania, play a Forest, pass the turn. Opponent plays a Plains. They play a Prototype. Let's go land cycling, get an island. Opponent makes a 2/2. We untap, we draw Vermingorger, play an island, play Elder, pass the turn. Opponent untaps, plays a mountain. They play a Knighted Mirror. They go to combat and attack. We are going to trade and give them a 4/4, because we need these lands. So get a swamp and a forest. Opponent is trying to pay costs. Okay. Knighted Mirror gains double strike. Doesn't matter because it has Summoning Sickness. We untap. We draw Soul Talisman. Play a Swamp. Suspend Soul Talisman. Play Vermingorger. Play Cookbook. Pass the turn. Opponent untaps. They play a Mountain. They go to combat. They attack for 4. No blocks. They flash in a Caprichrome during combat. Okay, I see what they're doing now. They sack a land to make the mirror a 5/5 with double strike. That's pretty good. We untap. Soul Talisman ticking down. We draw Fey Offering. So play a Forest. Play a Draykeeper. Make some squirrels. Pass the turn. So we're going to have to probably do some chump and then sack and drain plays here. Opponent plays a land. They play a Mouser. Why do I feel like they have a Foundry Helix? I feel like they might have a Foundry Helix. They go to combat. They swing. Block and double block. Sack this squirrel. Drain our opponent. Trade with the Caprichrome. Opponent plays a Marble Gargoyle. We untap. Soul Talisman ticking down. We draw Dark Moss Bridge. So ditch the bridge. Make a food. Play Titania. Get back the bridge. Pass the turn. Opponent untaps. They play a land. 4 mana, they play the Manticore. I think we need to draw an untapped land. They don't ditch anything. Okay, trade off Titania. Take 2, go to 10. Alright, we untap. Soul Talisman coming off suspend. Cast Soul Talisman. We draw Forest. So I think that means we can play Fey Offering, then we can play Orchard Strider, and get a whole bunch of resources. Then we can start cracking foods like crazy. We can pick up a creature out of the grave with the Cookbook if we have to. So get a food, a clue, and a treasure. Opponent just concedes the match? Didn't they beat us? Why? My opponent must have meant to concede game and then clicked like concede match or something. There's no other explanation. Alright, we get to play first. If we draw a single land, this is probably very good, so we're going to keep. We can start by playing a Squirrel Sovereign. We can fight one thing if we want. Play the Dark Moss Bridge, pass the turn. Opponent plays a Dross Forge Bridge. We draw Hard Evidence. Play a Squirrel, pass the turn. Opponent untaps. They play a Swamp. Opponent has grievously misevaluated how important that creature is. We untap and draw a forest. Play Fey Offering. My logic here is if I happen to draw an island, Hard Evidence plus Yavimaya Elder becomes infinitely better. Opponent plays a Nested Shambler and a Sinister Starfish. We untap, we draw Orchard Strider. So basic land cycle the Strider, get an island, play an island. Now I can cast Hard Evidence, but I don't think I want to do that. I think we just pass. Opponent untaps, they play a Kitchen Imp. They're going to hit us for 3. We go to 17, untap, we draw a forest. So play a forest, play Daggertooth, play Hard Evidence, make a crab and a clue, pass the turn, make a food, a clue, and a treasure. Opponent surveils, they leave it on top. Opponent untaps, they play a tap land, they go to combat, they attack for 2 in the air. We take 2, they play a Tyzerus Charger. We untap, draw Deepwood Denizen, play Elder, have the Elder fight the Charger, no proliferate. Let's go and get a Swamp and a Forest, play the Swamp, go to combat, and attack for 4. Opponent surveils, they leave it on top, whatever it is, no blocks. So they probably have some kind of power and toughness trick with that Shambler, or they just don't want to give it up this soon. Alright. Get another food, another clue, and a treasure. Pass the turn. Opponent untaps. They play a land. They play a Lightning Spear. So they're probably going to equip the Imp and then kill the Daggertooth. They go to combat. They attack for 3 in the air. We take 3 and go to 12. Yep, they kill the Daggertooth. We proliferate nothing. Okay. Sack a clue. We draw Titania. Untap. We draw Hunting Pack. Play a forest. We have 8 mana. Sack a clue. Draw a card. Orchard Strider. Sack a clue. Academy Manufacturer. I've not cast a non-creature spell this turn. Play the Denizen. Pass. If we can draw a non-creature spell, we are going to be just fine. When it goes to combat, attacks for 2 in the air. No blocks. Take 2, go to 10. They World Weary that Deepwood Denizen. We untap. We draw a forest. Play a forest. Play Academy Manufacturer. Play Orchard Strider. Make 6 tokens. Alright. Pass the turn. That should help. Now we can start gaining life like crazy. Opponent surveils. And of course drawing more cards. Academy Manufacturer is just busted. So obviously we don't want to spend the treasures if we don't have to, but we will if we need to stay alive. Opponent goes to combat, attacks for 2, no blocks, take 2 and go to 8. They play a Ravenous Squirrel, and then pass. We untap, we draw Tanglepool Bridge, go to combat, attack for 6. Opponent chumps, they probably sack it to the squirrel. Okay, they make another squirrel. So how much mana do we have here? 8, 9, 10 mana. Sack a clue and draw. Opponent surveils. We draw Abundant Harvest. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I could still Abundant Harvest and cast Hunting Pack for 2 beasts. I think it is safer to play Titania here and then just crack a food. Actually, play Tanglepool Bridge. We Abundant Harvest for non-land because this is a creature and a non-creature. We get the Underworld Cookbook, which does help for Storm next turn. Then we can sack a food, and then we make 9 tokens. Because Fey Offering and Academy Manufacturer is busted. Seems good, seems good. Alright, pass the turn. So much food. This is like when you pause Skyrim while fighting a dragon and stuff 36 cheese wheels in your mouth to recover all of your freaking HP. Supposed to make some Arcbound trackers. They're going to hit us in the air for 2. This is fine. Go to 9. We untap. I could try and draw into my Wrath. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, man. Let's draw Combine Chrysalis. Well, play an island. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Play Combine Chrysalis. Play the Underworld Cookbook. Play Hunting Pack, storm count of 3. Make 3 flying 4/4s. Opponent surveils. Pass the turn. We have to keep everything back because they have guys with menace. Next turn, we crack all of our foods and we just get completely out of range. Maybe that's what I should have done that turn, but that felt like a pretty good thing to do. Man, I can buy back my other Orchard Strider, get 1,000,000 more tokens. Opponent does not attack. We untap. We draw Dray Keeper. Sack a clue. We draw Chatterstorm. Oh, I'm going mad with power. We even have a flying crab. Alright. We're just going to play out Dray Keeper. We're not going to attack this turn. Play Dray Keeper. Make squirrels. Then play Chatterstorm. Make a couple more squirrels. All of it flies. Yeah, we'll attack for 12 in the end. I should have attacked first, really, but... Opponent chumps. Takes 8, question mark. They surveil. They're gonna sack the imp to gain a life and draw. like, look at this board! I just, looked over at the capture recording, and that's when it hit me, and it's just, my entire field is cards. Opponent sacks the imp to draw. They still take 8 and go to 10. End step rolls around. We make 1,000,000 more tokens. If you had told me when we started this game that we were going to cast Hunting Pack with a storm count of 3, I would have told you you're lying. Alright, let's gain some life. That should be safe, right? Even if my opponent wraths the board, if the card they cast is not, I don't know, planar cleansing, we can just start converting our food into beasts. Which is kind of backwards. Normally we turn beasts into food, don't we? Oh, they have no flyers. Yeah, you bet we win. I'm sorry, opponent. That wasn't fair. Oh, man. Okay. Do I bring in fog? I feel like I want the fog. The fog might actually be better than the fight, but... Oh, I want the fog. We don't need it. We don't need it. We're gonna try it without it. What is this deck? We have Lannis and can play Lannis, and if we draw a land, we can get a clue. That's pretty good, actually. A decent start. That will really help us on our way to doing anything else this game. Opponent mulligan to 6. That's good news for us. They start tap land. We draw Abundant Harvest. Play Tanglepool Bridge. Pass the turn. Opponent untaps. They play a Swamp. They play a Gorilla Shaman. We draw Yavi Maya Elder. Play Lannis. If Lannis has to fight a gorilla, they'll win. I don't know if Lannis is male or female. They play an Arcbound Tracker. We untap. We draw an island. Abundant Harvest. Let's say land. We get a Dark Moss Bridge, which is good. Play island. Smell Fear. Have Lannis fight the gorilla. Oh, no proliferate. Pass the turn. Oh, what is happening? I don't know why that's so funny to me, but it's funny. It's just alright, you're a new detective on the force. We're gonna have you track down the legendary cryptid, a gorilla. And then what am I gonna do? Document its existence? Figure out its migration patterns? You're gonna arm wrestle it to death. And you're gonna make it fear you. Okay, we draw Underworld Cookbook. Play Dark Moss Bridge. Play Yavi Maya Elder. Get a clue. I'm not gonna attack with Lannis. Opponent untaps. I better calm down and actually try and win this game. It would be just like me to throw from this position. They attack for 2, we're not gonna block. They play a land, and they pass. We untap, draw a forest, play a forest, play Dray Keeper, get some squirrels and a clue. Alright, pass the turn. I intend to block with Yavi Maya Elder so I can go and get more lands out of my deck. Even if that means blocking with the Elder and a squirrel. Opponent cycles World Weary. You mean they didn't want to cast World Weary, giving a 1/2 -4/-4? This tells me they might have a 6-drop that might completely obliterate me if they're basic land cycling there. They could have a spell. Oh, they could have the 3 damage to all creatures that don't fly spell. That would be reasonable of them. Fast and Furious, I think. That would make sense. If that was the case, then playing Draykeeper was incorrect. I should have played Deepwood Denizen. Block and block. Alright, let's go get a swamp and forest. I think if they do wipe the board, we don't even use Lannis's ability. We just let the board die. Because they have so few cards in hand. Yep, okay, it's Furious. That's fine. We have other stuff we can do. Untap. We draw. Hard Evidence. Play a forest. Play the Underworld Cookbook. We're going to teach Titania how to cook with swamps. Make a food. Play Titania. Get back to swamp. And pass the turn. Man, really, if you don't run this deck over fast, like, we just generate so much value. How can you possibly win? Opponent plays Fury. They kill Titania like a jerk. We untap. We draw. Urban Daggertooth. So, play Deepwood Denizen. Play Daggertooth. Pass the turn. We might have to double block to kill Fury, because otherwise, like, what are we going to do? Actually, I think we can take one hit for 6 damage. We might be able to race, actually. Because we are making a blocker. We'll be able to draw extra cards and gain life. I don't think we block at all. Opponent would have to have, like, 2 +3/+3 effects. Are there any red pump spells in Modern Horizons 2? That is a good question. They attack for 6. We're going to take it. Opponent plays a Starfish. We untap. We draw an island. Sack a clue. Draw a card. It's not what I wanted. No, we cannot tap that black mana. In case we draw Dam. Sack a clue. Draw a card. Play an island. Play Hard Evidence. Get a crab and a clue. Go to combat. Attack for 7 with Vigilance. Opponent takes 7. Goes to 13. And we pass. They untap. They draw. So they go to combat. We block with a crab. Okay. They play Tizerus Charger. We sack a clue on their end step. We get Eve Progenitor Ooze. Untap. We draw Academy Manufacturer. So play a forest. Play Academy Manufacturer. Ditch Dark Moss Bridge. Play Eve. Storm 1. Go to combat. Attack with a 4/3. If opponent trades with Tizerus Charger, I mean, they can buy it back next turn, but we can proliferate on Eve and we can gain life, and that takes up their entire turn. We can chump with the Eve that has no counters on it. Okay, opponent trades. Proliferate, counter there, pass the turn. We might just have to crack a clue this turn. Or we might just have to crack a food, I mean. Opponent plays a Vermin Gorger, and they can get back Tizerus Charger by exiling their whole graveyard. Actually, if they attack with Fury, I could trade off the Ooze for it. They make the flyer. They don't attack. Alright, we're going to sack a clue. We get a bridge, untap, draw forest, ditch a bridge, get a food, a clue, and a treasure, sack the clue to draw, play a forest, pass the turn. Man, Underworld Cookbook, Academy Manufacturer is definitely a combo. I might have to restart the client. If this goes to game 3, I might not actually be able to win. Opponent goes to combat. Attacks for 3 in the air. Okay, no blocks. They play Scourge Familiar. That is a problem. How much does this cost? 4? Draw a card. Funnel Web Recluse. Makes everything less of a problem. Gain life. Gain life. Untap. We draw Fey Offering. Play a forest. Play Fey Offering. Play Funnel Web Recluse. Pass the turn. Make a ton of tokens. Opponent surveils. Oh, the lag is really getting me. Oh, I was having too much fun. I wasn't paying attention. Oh, this could be so bad. Okay, opponent's turn. They go to combat. They attack and attack. Block the Scourge Familiar. Take 3, go to 10. They play Lightning Spear. They're going to kill Funnel Web Recluse with it. That's actually fine. Okay, on their end step, clue, draw a card. Orchard Strider. Clue, draw a card. That's what I was looking for. We untap. We draw. Squirrel Sovereign. So, go to combat. Swing with everybody. Opponent blocks. Blocks. Okay. We deal 6 damage to our opponent. They surveil, putting a mountain in the grave. They take 6, go to 7. We overload, dam, destroy all creatures. Opponent sacks to drain us. Okay. Play a squirrel. Play a strider. Make a bunch of foods. Sack food. Pass the turn. Make a food, a clue, and a treasure. Okay, opponent untaps. They get back Tizerus Charger. They have 1 card in hand. They do not get back Tizerus Charger. Or they're waiting until their second, at least. They're probably going to get back the Charger with a 1/1 counter on it, so that way it can block. Yep. Okay, we untap. We draw. Deepwood Denizen. Sack a clue. Sack a clue. How much mana do I have? 7, 8. I'm 1 off of playing Hunting Pack and Combine Chrysalis in the same turn. Go to combat. Attack, attack. They block the squirrel, no big deal. They do. They take 6, go to 3. So, play the Combine Chrysalis. Turn a food into a treasure, or turn a food into a flying beast. Sack a food, gain life. Pass the turn. They draw. Can they deal with a 4/4 flyer? They play a land. I think we got him. Yeah! We're 2-0 with this deck. I never thought it was possible. Alright, we're going on to game 3. Or round 3, excuse me. Alrighty, round 3, and we are on the play. This hand is potentially insane. We're going to keep... Really, we just need an island. I'm going to start Forest and Abundant Harvest for land. Oh my god. Opponent plays an island. We untap. Draw a Forest. Play an island. Play Lannis. Pass the turn. I could not have built a better hand. Opponent plays a tapped Dimir dual land. Play a Forest. Play Academy Manufacturer. Lannis trigger. Go to combat. Get in for 1. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? Oh man. Even if I lose this, I will be so still ecstatic. No one take this from me. Opponent plays a Burdened Aerialist. That is totally fine, good sir. We untap. We draw Orchard Strider. Play Dark Moss Bridge. Play Fey Offering. Pass the turn, no attacks. Opponent plays a Plains. They are 4 or 5 color. They play Terramorph. They are 5 color. They're probably whoever got Garth One-Eye in our draft. We untap. We draw a Tanglepool Bridge. So, play a Forest. Play Orchard Strider. Get a bunch of stuff. A bunch more stuff. Blue, green, play Combine Chrysalis. Pass to our end step. And a bunch more stuff. You know what? Let me look at the top 7 cards of your deck, please. I'm never gonna get to do this otherwise. Oh! Game over! Game over! Oh, man. Oh. I apologize if the noises I made were construed as inappropriate. Run it back. That man might have quit Magic. We will be keeping this. Opponent starts Dark Moss Bridge tapped. We'll start Forest. Pass the turn. Opponent plays a Plains. We draw Tanglepool Bridge. Play Combine Chrysalis. Opponent basic land cycling. They're basic land cycling. They get a mountain. They suspend Gargadon. Oop, I opened up the wrong pile there. There we go. Play a Forest. Play Fey Offering. Pass the turn. Gargadon ticking down. Opponent plays a Breathless Knight into a tap land. We untap. Draw Chatterstorm. Play Dark Moss Bridge. Pass. The 1/1's not going to matter that much right now. If I draw something like Academy Manufacturer and then play Chatterstorm, we'll be pretty good. Opponent goes to combat and attacks us for 2. We go to 18, they go up to 22. They play an island. They play Thought Monitor. They draw some cards. We untap. Oh, you love to see it. You absolutely love to see it. Storming off. Opponent untaps. Gargadon ticks down to 1. They go to combat. They attack and attack. We are going to double block the one with lifelink. We go to 16. We take 2. They go up to 24. 3 mana. It's probably a crack open. 4 mana. It's a Terramorph. Okay. So they might be setting up for like a Storm turn next turn. They play a tap land. We untap. We draw a Swamp. Play Swamp. Play Orchard Strider. Make a ton of tokens. Blue. Green. Whatever. Whatever. Let's transform a food into a flying beast. Pass the turn. No attacks. Okay, Gargadon's coming off Suspend. Terramorph is coming off Rebound. Now, if my opponent has the Insurrection spell, we are super dead. If they have Eve, we might be dead. I suspect they timed those to go off at the same time because they have a Storm spell in their deck. Chrome Courier. Goblin and Archomancer, they're definitely a Storm deck. They take Dross Forge Bridge to gain life. No attacks. We untap. We draw Hunting Pack. Crack a Clue, draw a card. Play an island. Crack a Clue, draw a card. Get another Orchard Strider. Go to combat. Attack for 4 in the air. Opponent takes 4, goes to 23. Activate Chrysalis. Sack a food, make another beast, pass the turn. Opponent untaps, they draw. They play their land. They play a Narcomancer. They pass, we untap. Draw Forest. How much mana do I have? 7, 8. We have 8 mana. Orchard Strider really only costs 4, because it gives us a refund of 2. Go to combat. Attack for 14. Opponent chumps. Takes 8, goes to 15. Play Orchard Strider, get 1,000,000 tokens. Chrysalis away another food. Porter, it's okay, that's our roommate. Make a beast, pass the turn. Opponent plays Disciple of the Sun. They pick up Chrome Courier. They play Chrome Courier. See what they reveal. Hard Evidence or Necromancer's Familiar. Neither of which they can play this turn. They take the Hard Evidence. They're really digging for something. Okay, they can play it this turn. That makes sense then. Opponent passes. They sack the clue to draw. We untap. We draw Yavimaya Elder. Crack a clue and draw. Eve. Play Tanglepool Bridge. Go to combat. Attack for 12 in the air. I probably should be sacking a lot of food. I want to make another beast this turn. Opponent chumps and takes 8, going to 7. Okay, let's make another beast. Sack of food, make a beast. Pass the turn. We can either gain 3 life, or we can draw a card. If I lose this game, it's because I was too aggressive in not cracking foods. Opponent plays a tap land. They play a Burdened Aerialist. Out of time. When it enters the battlefield, untap all creatures and phase them out until it leaves the battlefield. Put a time counter on it for each creature phased out. Why would they play Burden Aerialist first? Unless they have like a Chatterstorm, maybe? Okay, on their end step, draw a card. Get another Combine Chrysalis. Untap. We draw Dark Moss Bridge. We have 9 mana. If we had 10, we could go Combine Chrysalis, Yavimaya Elder, Ooze. I mean, Storm count of 2 is probably enough. For Hunting Pack, anyway. Play Combine Chrysalis. Oh, Hunting Pack is an instant. I never realized Hunting Pack was an instant, or I could have, like, absolutely destroyed my opponent. Make 2 beasts. Play a tap land. Pass the turn. We have Lethal in the air next turn. Okay, out of time, ticking down from forever. Opponent plays a Goldmire Bridge. They're casting something big. Soul of Migration. I don't think that's going to be enough. We untap. Draw Deepwood Denizen. Sack a clue, draw a card. Play a forest. Sack a clue, draw a card. Dray Keeper. Go to combat. Attack for 8. Opponent triple blocks. So we're actually going to kill the birds and not the soul. If they have a way to flicker, we'll get completely blown out. But, well, not really. I mean, like, we're still going to win, right? Activate Combine Chrysalis. Get rid of a food. Make another beast. Sack of food to gain life out of paranoia. Pass the turn. Out of time, ticking down. Opponent draws, presumably their final card. Wave Sifter. Okay, that's a really good top deck in this position. They draw a card. They play a land. They draw a card. They play Sword of Hearth and Home. Unfortunately, they'll have to use... Oh, no, they can equip. They can equip Soul of Migration and start flickering it. Well then, that's not good. When it goes to combat, attacks, yep. Oh, I might have lost this because I was dicking around for too long. This opponent's going to flicker Soul of Migration. I should have killed the Soul. There's no way to know they had the sword, but I should have killed the Soul. So opponent gets an island out of their deck, flickers Soul of Migration. We untap. We draw the Underworld Cookbook. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 mana. So, go to combat. Attack with both beasts. They'll block with the bird. We just have to go wide enough that they can't do anything. So play the Cookbook, play the Dray Keeper, make squirrels, then play Eve, F6. Opponent untaps. Out of time is ticking down. They draw a card. We can't block whatever they suit up with Sword of Hearth and Home. They need another board wipe in order to win. 4 mana, 5, 6, 7, 8. Piru. At the beginning of your upkeep, sacrifice it unless you pay for it. It deals 7 to each non-legendary creature. They equip Soul of Migration. They go to combat. They attack us for 4. We take 4. They flicker Soul to have more blockers. We need to draw Dam, because if we draw Dam, we can kill Piru. Then the Eves stick around and kill our opponent, because they're legendary. We have a whole bunch of draws to do this in if we want. Untap, draw Dark Moss Bridge, play Avimaya Elder, cycle it from play. So go and get Forest, draw, Smelfear. Has protection from green, so that doesn't matter. Play a forest, draw a card. There it is. Damn Piru. Do they gain... I don't know if they gain life from that or not. Kill everything that isn't the Progenitor Oozes. They go up to 80? They do gain life from it. Commence the long-ass beatdown. Or our opponent mills out, whichever's first. Pass the turn. Get a whole bunch of stuff. I mean, we might actually be able to kill them in time, because we can make so many tokens that have so much power. Out of time ticks down to 9, they draw a card. Radiant Epicure, they drain us. Oh. We untap. We draw a Squirrel Sovereign. I can gain a whole bunch of life. We can get rid of our clues. We don't have any fight spells or anything that's going to do anything to that. Maybe the correct choice was overloading it then. Pass the turn. At least flickering it doesn't drain us. So they can hit us for 7. We go to 8. They flicker their creature because they need it on defense. They play Chrome Courier, revealing Greed and Young Necromancer. They can Young Necromancer back Piru! And then equip it, giving it pro-green? Oh god. Can I do anything about that? Anything at all? I don't think I can do anything about that. I can't block it, and I can't kill it. Okay, Abundant Harvest. Let's go non-land. Soul Talisman doesn't do anything here. I can make a single food and we die. They're at 80 with 3 cards left. Alright, I have to restart the client in between games here. They are definitely a Storm deck and a pile of Mythics, that's for sure. I think I'm going to drop a Deepwood Denizen for a Crypt Keeper. I may also want Flourishing Strike over Smelfear, and we're going to try it again like this. We do want to play first. This hand is not keepable. Neither is this one, really. We have all of our colors of mana, though. We got to go to 5. Alright, lead on bridge. Alright, we got to trust in the top decks. Opponent also starts tap land. We draw island, play island, pass the turn. Opponent plays tap land. We untap. Pass the turn. They play a plains. They play Breathless Night. Kill it immediately. We untap. Draw Cookbook. Play Cookbook. Pass the turn. Opponent basic land cycles an Orchard Strider. Oh, I really should have brought in the Fog because its target player shuffles their grave back into their library. I could have fogged in response to a reanimation spell. They play a Narcomancer, which is bad for us. We draw Hard Evidence. Play Hard Evidence. Crack the Clue. We get an Abundant Harvest. Say non-land. We get a Crypt Keeper. Play an island. Pass the turn. Opponent plays a tap land. Plays another Narcomancer. They pass. We draw Chatterstorm. Play a Swamp. Play Crypt Keeper, play Chatterstorm, get some tokens. Pass the turn, but we're all out of cards now. So we need to top deck some good stuff. Opponent keeps playing lands. I really hope they don't have Young Necromancer this turn. There's not a lot... Well, they can't actually Young Necromancer anything back. They play Disciple of the Sun, getting back Breathless Knight. That's also not good. I'd like to draw the Combine Chrysalis. We draw Forest. Pass the turn. Opponent untaps, they draw. They play a land. They play Breathless Knight, probably. They play Thought Monitor. That is really bad. And that is really bad because they're drawing even more cards that we don't have. They play Necromancer's Familiar, and they pass. They attack with Disciple of the Sun. We are actually going to trade. Stop on their end step and pick Tormod's Crypt Keeper back up. Untap. We draw Fey Offering, and this is exactly why we did that. Play Fey Offering, play Crypt Keeper, pass the turn, get a bunch of tokens. We got the engine started, but it's a little late. They play a land. No! Sword of Protection from our whole deck. They can equip it to a creature that can effectively regenerate too. Or just become indestructible. So they attack. No blocks, of course. They can flicker Thought Monitor and draw a million more cards. We don't have any artifact destruction, and I didn't bring in the fog, so I probably deserve to lose this. But man, these were some wild games, and if I lost to my opponent, I'm not upset. Because it's about as crazy as it gets. They replay Breathless Knight, sack a clue, draw a card. We get Funnel Web Recluse, untap. We draw Draykeeper, play Draykeeper, we go to combat and pass. Opponent untaps. I just can't compete with that sword. They attack us for 9. We go to 4. I don't have 2 treasures, otherwise I could draw Dam, but if I drew Dam, they would just make this indestructible, and then what do we do? Right? Yeah. Despite being in the same format as Dam, it doesn't say Regenerate, it's indestructible. They play Chrome Courier. It's too bad we don't have a mill card, right? The mill rare. Opponent ditches a Gargadon. They play Soul of Migration. Okay. Dam is still really our only out, and it's not even an out, because we can't cast it. That was a hell of a match, opponent. I ain't even mad. Piru the Volatile. Piru the freaking Volatile. What are the odds that on top of all of the other crazy shenanigans, our opponent has Piru the Volatile? So I definitely misplayed when that was the case. I should have wrathed the board. Just straight up wrath. I should have overloaded. I should not have single target removed that, because them flickering... And then the other mistake that I made by single targeting it was killing both the tokens rather than the soul, because then they were able to flicker the soul and get more blockers and delay until they could get Piru. That was really close. That was almost another trophy. I feel like I've been at the top of my game for these last few. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this content. If you did, please leave a like, drop a comment, subscribe to the channel if you're so inclined. And remember, you can follow me on Twitch. Same username over there as you find me on here. I stream Wednesdays in the afternoon sometimes. Hope to see you there. If you can't make it, stream VODs go up on Fridays. But I want you to know that you're all wonderful human beings. There's going to be a few more Modern Horizons drafts. We still got 9 packs, so that's enough to do 3 more drafts. Still looking for Ragavans. Still looking for my 4th Urza saga, so I can play full power Hammer Time. So, yeah. You're all wonderful human beings. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye! Hey, just wanted to give a shout out to my patrons for the month of August. You guys are wonderful, and I really appreciate your support. It's been helping me make a lot of good content. If you want your name to show up in this list, there's a link to my Patreon in the description down below if you want to support this channel. Thank you so much.